Good afternoon, Board. My name is Ashaki Antoine. I'm the third Vice President of the Correctional Officers Benevolent Association. Since January's meeting, 2 more correctional officers have been violently beaten by 2 inmates. These injuries sustained were permanent. 4 more correctional officers, females, were sexually assaulted, bringing that total to 49. One of the female officers, whose buttocks was slapped, shared with me that the incident was traumatic for her. She shared with me that sharing the incident with her wife was traumatic. And then I see the inmates are using the food slot attached to their cells to place their penis on, as female officers afford them their institutional meals. We are grandmothers, mothers, wives, sisters, employed by the city of New York, a city that continues to neglect and overlook sexual assaults and sexual harassment on light and dark skin tones. On January 11th at 6 a.m., I received a phone call. The call on the other line, frantically, "Miss A, you have to get to the hospital." I arrived at the hospital and saw my fellow officer's face bandaged. The bandages were removed, and what I saw will replay in my mind forever. The officer's right eye was shut closed with 2 open wounds. On top of his eyelid, the other below, which required 17 stitches with multiple facial fractures. For every surgical stitch implanted to repair the officer's wound, I shed a tear. This vicious assault and many others continue to happen daily. We correctional officers are supposed to arrive home the same way we left. It's disheartening to find out later that the inmate was talking about viciously assaulting another officer. As trained professionals, my fellow officer utilized interpersonal skills to try to talk the inmate out of his plans. Unfortunately, IPC skills wasn't enough. Without warning or provocation, the officer was punched in the face twice while hitting the ground. While on the ground, the inmate kicked the officer in the face. Horrifying to hear and most definitely disturbing to visualize. After this unprovoked and senseless act of violence against this officer and many others that's incarcerated, I asked this board and city council, where should this violent offender be placed? The inmates housed in all facilities are creating still fires inside and outside of their cells. They are utilizing commissary purchase items such as batteries and wires from their headphones to ignite institutional sweaters, sheets, and/or loose papers, creating a health and safety hazard for correctional officers and other inmates housed in the area. The inmates, in fact, are violating their own minimum standards without accountability. Where are the consequences for inmates who violate rules on Rikers Island? There is none. The city charter mandates this board to review grievances brought by staff and make recommendations in key areas. Countless times COBA, myself, provided recommendations. Not one recommendation from the BOC and the city council benefited correctional officers, civilians, or non-violent inmates. In fact, the slap on the wrist approach has emboldened these violent inmates to sexually prey on our female correctional officers, physically assault male officers, bully civilians and medical staff, and disfigure non-violent inmates. The combination of all of the above is a direct effect of the day-to-day operations in the jails, chaos and disorder. In January's meeting, the BOC introduced women in the jails, This initiative, in its early stages, was formed to address the increase of sexual assaults and sexual harassment in the jails. I'm asking you all on this board to follow through and do not sit dormant regarding this initiative. Visit every facility, not just the Rose M. Singer Center. Speak to every officer in the housing area, not just the inmates. Get to the root of why this is happening. Get to the root as to why 49 female correction officers had their bodies violated while at work. I implore you to stand true to the goals as to why this oversight committee was formed, which is to make the jail environment safe and more humane for everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm awaiting this initiative, Women in the Jails. It's important. Every day our correction officers are harassed, especially our females are harassed. Every day they are looked at as sexual prey. Every day. I need your help. We need your help. Please. We can do this together. We can. I'm confident, but you guys have to be open. Have an open mind and do what is right. Thank you.
Thank you.